Oh boy, guys. Do we have something to talk about here? Ooh, wasabi. Uh, we have news about what's going to happen to FNM promos, and apparently they're having a store championship thing, which, if you don't know, it's basically game day. It's going to be moved to the end of the set season, so Ixalan, the game day will be moved to December 30th, 31st, those 2 days. And it's going to be called the store championship. I don't know why the hell they're calling it that, but basically the big news here is that they're going to be doing away with the usual promos for FNMs that we've come accustomed to seeing here, and we've got some pretty good ones. And just to name two here, we have like Aether Hub and Fatal Push, which are pretty good. They see a ton of play, both standard and modern, I believe. I think maybe it also, like, Aether Hub probably also has modern playability as well. So you're talking about cards that are pretty good. We got also a couple years ago, I believe we got Path to Exile, and a lot of people went to FNM specifically to get that promo, which is kind of a problem here because now that they're going to be doing away with these specific, I guess you could say, standard staple promos. I guess that's what you would call the Aether Hub and the Fatal Push. They're standard staples, right? So they're going to do away with those, and they're going to replace them with double-sided tokens, foil double-sided tokens here. And while I still think that's cool, I mean, it's definitely a bummer. I mean, you're talking about doing away with just good value promos here, just cards that are actually playable and useful. I mean, they're not just collector's items that you're just going to throw in your binder and never touch again, like a lot of these double-sided tokens probably will end up being. I mean, you could still use them to get, signatures, autographs, or whatever from your favorite artists, or, people that you just like in general, But so, I'm always in it to get some good value out of the promos. However, when it comes to me just attending like FNM or just events in general, I don't go for the specific promo. I mean, I just laugh at that notion there. And quite frankly, I go for just the experience. I mean, if you're going for trying to make money off of the promos, then you're going to be disappointed. I mean, we're talking about just, we've gotten a lot of crap in our FNM promos over the past few years, and it looks like they've tried to fix it, giving us some good quality promos, giving us Fatal Push and Aether Hub, just those two there. There are probably more that I didn't mention, but yeah, those two right there, those are pretty good cards, and they see a ton of play in Standard, and definitely you're going to get a ton of people more enthusiastic to show up to your game stores, and they're really only screwing over the game stores at this point when you think about it. People don't want to attend FNM. I'm not speaking for myself. I'm obviously speaking for a ton of people that were upset by this news that they're going to be replacing the usual promos with double-sided tokens, which tokens really, I mean, I don't like it, but it's not going to keep me from going to FNMs or game days or anything like that. So definitely, if you're someone like me and you're more in it for the experience rather than just what shiny card can I get, or what good value card can I get. I'm not saying it doesn't matter. Obviously, if we could get more promos like Fatal Push or Path to Exile, I'm definitely all for it. I mean, I want to get some nice cards too. I definitely want to get some value here. All that would really do though is just pump up my enthusiasm for FNM. It would make me dread going there less. I don't prefer going to my locals, but I'm not going to speak for everybody else's game stores. I mean, that's typically, it's kind of subjective. You have other people who say they have really good, awesome game stores, and, me in particular, I just don't really have the best options around here. So, my game stores are very limited, typically doubling as comic book stores, and they just don't typically do a good job of hosting events because they maybe have like 4 or 5 tables that can seat 20 people at most. So not terrible, but could be a lot better. But overall, just getting me there, yeah, giving away good FNM promos, it's definitely going to be, it's going to incentivize me, I should say, more so to want to attend your events. And I think this should matter to Wizards too, because it's not extremely profitable to be a game store owner. I don't know if you guys know that, but go to your local game store, go to your comic book stores that hold events, any place where they hold these events, and I guarantee you the vast majority of them are either making as little possible money as they can just to stay afloat. And it seems like every single month, the beginning of every month, I should say, they have to pay their expenses. They have to try to get above breaking even, just so that they can survive and it's actually profitable for them, so that they can continue doing it. They can continue serving as the center for their local community that enjoys Magic the Gathering and other related games and card games. So it's definitely important to keep them alive, especially considering that when you're talking about keeping stock on products, it's a lot more dependable going to a game store. You can likely expect them to, they're going to have booster boxes. They're going to be selling, single packs, and it's going to be a lot better, a lot cheaper usually than going to, say, Walmart or Target, where your options are extremely limited by comparison. I typically prefer to go to my LGSs if I can, but if my LGS, if there's anything like, oh, they're out of boxes or they're out of fat packs, I would typically go to then settle for Target options or Walmart options, which I absolutely hate doing. They're overpriced, and I usually get screwed out of something there. And I don't know, I just have the worst luck at Walmart and Target when it comes to their packs. Their what we call them, blister packs, or what they do now with the cardboard, and I just hate it altogether. But with locals, I mean, you can just get a box, you can get a deal there. A lot of places, they're in it to help out their community too, and they're trying to make as much money as possible, yes, but they're also in it to ensure that they get people to come back who are genuinely interested in the game. And they're going to try to not screw you over as much as possible, but they're still in it to make some money too. You'll have game stores that do like 3 for $10 deals on their packs, which is insanely, it's significant when you add it all up, just the difference in price between buying individual booster packs from Walmart and buying them from your local game store, especially when they have deals like that, the 3 for $10. You're talking maybe like a 60-cent difference there, but it adds up. The more packs you buy, it adds up. So overall, the fact of the matter is that they need to consider not doing this with the double-sided tokens. I'm not saying it's going to absolutely keep people away from FNMs and in general just game days or any event with your local game store, but it's definitely going to impact it a little bit. And if they long term, if this holds up and it definitely leaves a bad taste in everybody's mouth, I could definitely see this hurting every single game store out there. Maybe not that much initially, but obviously long term this can't be that good for FNM. And the biggest argument here is that promos have been a reason why FNM may not have been successful in more recent years. But it looks like they were starting to do some good things here with their current promos of the Aether Hub and the Fatal Push. And obviously, I've said that a dozen times already. But, it's true. They were really good promos, and they definitely encouraged so many people to come out and support their game stores. And without those, tokens are, they're nice, they're cool. They can just sit in my binder, and I'll probably forget about them. And, my friends can look through my trade binders and definitely say, ooh, it looks shiny and everything. That's cool. However, does it serve a functional purpose? I'd much rather just prefer, tossing some non-foil, non-rare promo cards or, nothing like that at all, that I could just throw out tokens and not feel bad if they get damaged or anything. So it doesn't really seem like they serve a functional purpose. They're more or less just collector's items, like a lot of FNM promos tend to be, especially the ones that aren't actual, playable cards. Like, there's been some pretty bad FNM promo cards here. And, we're also talking about buy a box promos too. We're talking about the fact that they used to do player rewards. They haven't done those in a long time. And, they've just been cracking down on just giving away free cards in general that are of any value. The ones they do give away are typically going to be either bulk rares. Promo versions of bulk rares are just promo versions of tokens now. So give away as little value as possible. And I'm sure you're definitely going to see it in your bottom dollar here, Wizards. And I mean, I hope it impacts them because this is just a terrible idea overall. I can definitely understand why people would be hesitant to want to go to FNMs because of these promo cards, but I mean, it shouldn't keep the majority of people away. I would expect the people who, haggle over every single dollar to be skeptical of going to FNMs now. It's definitely going to hurt their chances of going and attending every single event now at their game stores. So it's definitely important that you give us good promos, Wizards, because while I can guarantee you that I'm not going to stop playing this game, I can assure you I will go to pre-release events, I will go to draft events, I will go to multiple events because, I mean, I don't play for the promos. I play for the experience, and I play for, just learning, just educating other people, teaching other people how to play, learning from other people, being educated from other people at locals. I mean, that's the whole deal here. It's the experience, growing as a community, growing together here. That's the most important thing, and that's why we come together in the first place. So promo cards shouldn't be the incentive to go to an event. It should be the people that you care about in your life, that are your friends and family maybe that play Magic, and they go to these events as well. So that should be the most important thing. But other than that, I think it's very cheap of them to do this. Overall, I mean, I think they look cool. The promo tokens, they look cool, but I mean, they don't serve a functional purpose to me, and I'm sure they probably don't serve a functional purpose for most other people. They're just really collector's items that you're just going to be holding on to in your binders and so forth. I mean, but anyway, I mean, that's just my opinion. So let me what the fuck am I? Let me know, guys, what you think about these double-sided token promos. What do you think about game days being pushed back? What do you want to tell me about just anything in general? According to game days, oh my god, you see that head? Oh wow, that's a lot of blood. Almost forgot, I just went crazy on a rampage here. But anyway, I'm going to be signing off. I'm starting to get tired here, and my speech is being affected, so I'm signing off here. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Void Mage.